Hello, my name is Sophia and I will show you the most beautiful properties for sale in Northern Tuscany. Are you ready to follow me?
Buongiorno. First of all, I want to introduce myself very quickly. My name is Sophia. I'm an international property finder and I am an officially registered realtor in Italy. Today I want to talk to you about the 5 invisible factors that control prices in Forte dei Marmi for luxury villas or in general for property. So very often my customers ask me, why is this villa priced 3 million euros and this other villa that is only a few meters away from the first one only 2 million or 2.5, and why is there a difference of sometimes more than 500,000 euros? Today I will explain this huge difference in price between one and another villa in Forte dei Marmi. So first of all, the distance from the sea is very important because it determines also, of course, the value of the property. But I want to explain a little bit better what it means. There are 2 important factors that make the choice of the right property decisive. In Forte dei Marmi, it is more important that a property is close to the sea and to the beach clubs. Why is this? Because usually people come to Forte dei Marmi to relax at the beach and to have parties in the beach clubs. So you want to be very close to the beach, and also you do not want to have to take your car. You do not want to get there and first search for parking somewhere. You just want to be able to walk to the beach. Of course, you can have properties that are in the hills above Forte dei Marmi. So basically there is a huge mountainside, and which is called the Alpi Apuane, the Apuan Alps. But before this mountainside starts, you have beautiful hills that face the sea. And of course, in those hills you can find also quite interesting properties with a sea view, even priced way lower than the villas in Forte dei Marmi, and you are still very close to Forte dei Marmi. So usually in the hills of Seravezza you can find nice properties, and you are also then close to the art lovers village Pietrasanta, for those of you who are seeking an investment far from the crowds, not directly at the sea, because maybe you want to have your quiet garden or your privacy. And still there are some parts of Forte dei Marmi that are quiet and that offer huge privacy. And that also is one of the factors that determine the price. So I will get to this topic in a minute. So basically there can be a huge difference in price in almost the same area of Forte dei Marmi. Maybe there are only 100 meters between one and another property, but they can be priced differently when they are in different streets even, because some of the streets offer more privacy and more tranquility than others. So the more the property is protected, maybe by very high hedges or fences from the public eye, let's say, because privacy is a huge factor in price here in Forte dei Marmi. The more the villa is protected, the higher the price. Also, of course, Forte dei Marmi is divided in different areas, and I will explain more about that maybe in a future video. It's interesting because we have this area, which is the top VIP area in Forte dei Marmi, where the villas with the highest prices are located, and usually this is also the area where the most important people buy their villas, because it usually is an area where all the streets are really private and only people who have actually property in those areas find themselves walking there or driving in those streets. Private parking is essential in Forte dei Marmi because in the summer it becomes very, very busy. And especially the streets that are closer to the beach, of course, get quite packed with a lot of cars. And so if you don't have a private parking in your property, or if the property you're buying doesn't have private parking, this makes the price decisively lower. If you find a property with a private parking, the resale value goes up, which is important if you are thinking about making an investment. And of course, a garage is a huge bonus because you might have a better comfort if you want to leave a car for the entire year. Here in Forte dei Marmi, it's better to have a garage. Then let's talk about gardens and terraces. The outdoor areas have also an importance when we talk about prices. I can observe that Northern European or American buyers are more interested in a huge outdoor area, so that means a private garden maybe. Italians are a bit more appealed by small terraces and proximity to the city center, because maybe they just like the comfort to get out of their property and have a walk even after dinner, have a look at the shops, whereas maybe Northern European buyers would stay a bit more in their own private garden, enjoy sitting outside and enjoy maybe al fresco dinner. Something we haven't talked about, and maybe this is kind of an obvious, but for sure a swimming pool is good to have, and especially if you want to resell the property, because sometimes the seaside becomes quite busy in the summer and you might also want to have a swim in the evening in your own private pool. So that makes the property value even more interesting. So to wrap this video up, we can say that two different buyers can consider different factors that have a different impact on the price. Each and every property can be seen by two different buyers in a different way. So as you can see in Versilia, the price is not determined by square meters, but by more important factors that are linked to lifestyle, to the summer traffic, to walking distance, also to privacy and rental demand. This is why local expertise is so important when choosing a property in Forte dei Marmi and in the Versilia area. If you are considering buying a property in Versilia, please do not hesitate to contact me. Also, please subscribe to this channel because I would be happy to share more information on this area of Italy. Please follow me also on Instagram, and I will be happy to also answer all your questions you might have on this area of Italy and of Tuscany. So please leave me a comment down below. If you are interested in viewing the latest properties I am offering for sale, please do subscribe to my newsletter and you will not miss any new property that is for sale. So I will see you in my next one. Alla prossima!